Ever wanted to copy a stunning UI exactly, but ended up frustrated? Well, Sam.dev just solved your problem. It's a brand new generative AI tool that clones any user interface perfectly. Other tools like V0dev, bolt.new, or lovable are great, but when it comes to an exact match, they often miss the mark, and Sam.dev doesn't. So stick around to see exactly how you achieve this jaw-dropping accuracy, and by the end, you'll be cloning your favorite design with just one click. Oh, and quick note, 92.5% of you watching aren't subscribed. So hit subscribe now so you don't miss what's next. Aiden by created Sam.dev, and this week it just released this incredible tool that allows you to literally clone any website with pixel perfect accuracy. And in this video that you're looking at right now is done one-shot clone of Nike, Apple TV, Minecraft, and more. And all you have to do is literally to type clone followed by the name of the website, and it's able to do really cool clone of this website that literally looks identical. It's pretty incredible. So it's not only copying the UI, it's also copying some of the images and some of the assets. So you can preview that clone exactly how it would look like, if you had the exact clone. And then, you can go ahead and change the asset yourself. One of the incredible creations that I've seen online is this guy that was able to recreate Peter's level $1 million game with Same.dev. And all he did was literally doing a one-shot clone, fly.peter.com or whatever that's called. And he was able to copy the entire game. And the thing is, the game is written in 3GS. So he was able to copy that 3GS game. So if you think about it for a second, that means that any 3GS games that are available online can literally be copied by Sam.dev. So if you see like a cool game that you like, and you want to recreate something similar, you can use Sam.dev to recreate the entire game and then do any modification that you want to add, add panel, cars, or even change the asset, maybe replace the plane by a bird or or an air balloon. So this is what's pretty incredible with this, so that you can use a tool like this to do some pretty incredible clone. Aiden in my opinion, is not a nobody. Is this someone that if you're following, Tech Online or React or stuff like that, you're aware of some of the stuff that he's created. And he's the guy behind React Scan, a tool that automatically detects performance issue in your React application. Look at this. This is part of the UI of the site itself, but it looks like a component that is on your computer. This is pretty cool. So he's the guy behind this tool, and companies such as Perplexity, Shopify, Fair are using it. And honestly, to build that, you have to have some pretty cool front-end skills in order to build something like this. And you need a really deep understanding of how React works as well. So this is really cool. He's also the guy behind Million.js. It's a tool that makes it super easy for you to check and identify slow code in your application. This is another cool thing that he built. And like I say, the fact that he's able to build stuff like that shows his craftsman skill as a front-end developer. And then, so it kind of makes sense that, someone that do these kind of tools will release something like Sam.dev. This is the landing page. And in the landing page, once you want to generate a clone of an application, all you have to do is type clone followed by the name of what you want to clone, right? So apple.com. And once you hit enter, it's going to generate the application for you right away, and you'll end up with something like that. So in this example, I was trying to clone Real Farm, and what happened was I was looking at Real Farm and I was like, oh, this design looks really cool. And as I was scrolling through Twitter, I came across Sam.dev. So to try the tool, I just was like, what if we go ahead and try to clone this site? Let's see what happened. So I just typed clone Real Farm, and this is what happened. So what it's doing here is first it goes on the site and visit it, and it's checked the page. Then as I scroll down, it says, let me also check if there are additional pages on the site, like the product page mentioned in the navigation. So it's able to look at the page, notice a different component, identify, what kind of pages that you need to navigate to, maybe look at pricing, feature, about, contact, and so on, and go forward. As you can see here, he actually tried to visit the product page, but wasn't able to access it. Then he went ahead and tried to access the privacy, and then term of service page, and then the pricing page. And as he was analyzing all those pages, then he came back with a design analysis, and he said, before I start coding, let me analyze the design and key element of the Real Farm website. And what he returned was the color scheme of the site, the typography, the layout, and the key component. And now I want you to closely pay attention to this because this is very insightful. What this is telling us is that in order to do the cloning, what the agent is doing here is first breaking down the different component of the page. So if you were to write a prompt that was looking at a website image and ask it to break it down into color scheme, typography, layout, and key component, you might end up with a similar result of it breaking it down into a similar result, right? So this is very insightful because you could use something like that to maybe create a prompt and put it into Grok, ChatGPT, or Cloud and try to have it generate a design analysis. So this is step one, design analysis. And then as he did that, he asked me, how he wanted to proceed next. I think it showed me a different option, and I click on one and I say, I think continue. And then as he was continuing, he started creating the different files and adding them into, the project folder right here. So you see there's code, there's terminal. And as he was scrolling down, it got to the point where it generated the results all the way to the end and then generated a link for me to access it. So I'm not sure what I did here, but essentially the link that he was able to generate was this one. Let me see. Was this one. So this is Real Farm website. So let me show you quickly. This is the landing page and this is the result that I got from it. So pretty close. One thing that he did that wasn't on the landing page was this nav bar right here. And you can notice that it has this one in here. This website is 100% generated by Sam.dev. Any resemblance to real businesses, it's purely coincidental. It's only for fun. Okay, so you can see that he's doing that here. And then there's the Made in Sam badge at the bottom right corner right here. So let's see what he got wrong, right? So he got wrong the nav bar, but it did the rest of the site pretty well. The button were a little bit bigger than expected. I think this is because the AI has a hard time analyzing size of images. Maybe the prompt needed to have something that specifically asks it to, which is the size of buttons maybe. And you can see here that those images were all horizontally aligned, while here it had a little like effect, like different angles and different height. And you can look at the font. So the font don't necessarily match, right? This one is a little bit bigger. This one is a little bit small. So you can see that sizes and borders are close, but not exactly the same, right? So in some contexts, I think this one was a bit of a challenge. So I wanted to challenge it to see if he was able to copy it exactly. But it is still really close. And I was actually really impressed by the result because this is much better than what I will get with something like v0.dev, right? And then you can see here when I see choose plan. So this part, I noticed that he got this one wrong in terms of background colors and so on, but he was also very close. And then also he added frequently asked, which we don't have on the realfarm website. Now, what about the footer? It was a little bit bigger, more to the left. The logo was close, very close, but not exactly the same. I think overall, that was a pretty interesting result, right? So now, it got interesting when I clicked start now and got inside of the app, because then I noticed that some of the components that he did were actually quite interesting because it looks similar to the application. So you look at the pricing page. The pricing page, I think definitely got the pricing page wrong. What he missed to understand here is that the pricing page was actually redirecting below on the page. It was an actual page, but he ended up creating a page for me and putting this component just on this page. So just to show you what it's able to do and some of the mistakes that might happen. But as you can see in the demo over here, he did a pretty good job cloning some of those sites, right? He actually cloned it really well. He has some strength at doing some copies and some weaknesses there and there. But I was pretty impressed. This thing happened on Twitter, because you always see some really cool thing on Twitter. And some guy actually challenged Sam.dev to try to copy their website. So this is what you see when you land on the website. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But so he saw the post and it was like, hey, try to clone our website, because this is like, the guy literally, someone commented here that the guy literally made a movie as a website. Just watch a movie, very cool, right? He literally made a movie as a website. And if you go on the website, this website is beautiful. I think this is the kind of thing that's going to be really hard for AI to get to the point where you can copy it. So let me just refresh the page so you get the experience from the beginning. So when you land on the page, what happened is you see this, is it a cheetah? yeah, I think you see this cheetah that just, starts and the page start, then you can actually pet it. So I tried to pet it here. So you can actually like pet the cheetah like this, right? And then as I'm scrolling down, this animation starts. This is happening as I'm scrolling down, right? You see, I can still interact with different things on the page. Look at this. I can click on it and I can still interact with it. And as I scroll down, look at this. Wow. So JC is so beautiful. See, this is an interactive website, right? So I can click on it, interact with the component. I don't know how they pull this off, but this is really cool. So this kind of website is going to be really, really hard for an AI to copy. And I think that was a great example to see, the current limit of AI cloning websites versus, what they can actually clone. So I've seen some pretty incredible things like this where someone can now literally generate a 3D model using Cloud and then Blender MCP and literally generating the entire 3D model. I'm sure we're going to get to a point where the AI is able to notice what's on the page and generate, a design like this that is animated and just do it from scratch. I mean, I don't think we're like so far from there, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get to this point. But yeah, if you want to clone any website, I really recommend you guys to try it out. The endpoint is Sam.dev, so make sure to check it out. Now, if you guys are into AI and want to learn more how to build with AI, I highly recommend you guys to check out my community, AI Founders Club on School. This is a community where I teach people how to build with AI. I'm sharing my base prompt engineering, all my tricks, how I build with AI, how I write prompts, and anything that can help you literally, build your application with AI. And there's a ton of courses and more courses coming soon. So make sure to check it out. It's on School. And don't forget to check one of those videos right here. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to hit like and subscribe. That really helps this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.